Right, so pick a card reading again. This time it is what is your spiritual gift. So I'm not using all of my cards, just an array of them. So over here I've got group 1 is the artist, group 2 is the outsider, group 3 is nobility, and group 4 is the twins. So there, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So click on the timestamp below and we will get into it. Sweet. So this is group 1. So this is for what are your spiritual gifts. Right. So basically we have got the Hanged Man. You have got the ability to be able to turn your mindset or your mental thoughts around. So for example, if something is coming across as quite negative, you've got the ability to turn it into a positive, so you can change the energy of a circumstance. So if something bad happens, you'll say, well, I know it sounds cliche, but things happen for a reason. I wasn't supposed to be there, that sort of thing. So you've got that sort of ability to turn something negative into like a positive or that sort of thing. So it's the flipping of things around. You've also got that one there, which is I think it's equivalent to the moon. Yes. So you've on top of having the ability to turn things around, you can also have like two sort of sides. So you've got like a puppy side, and you've got sort of like a wolf side as well. So you can switch your emotions between these two emotions quite easily. So if you need to, like doing spellcasting or something like that, you've got the ability to go small or go big, essentially. So you're very good at being intuitive, more listening to like things that are on the inside as opposed to what's going on the outside. So that is also a really good sign. Down here, this is equivalent to the death card, which is, as I said, the ability to change things. So you have the ability to restart, essentially. So on it, you can trample on your past and you can push it behind you, and then you guys can just keep moving forward nice and easy, sort of like with ease. It kind of upsets some of your friends that you can just like brush things aside and then just move on quite easy. So it does come across as quite cruel, but it's the death, so it's the new beginning card, essentially. So yeah, you've got the ability to start over, essentially, even on a spiritual level and stuff like that. So you can just like start a tarot reading, set it up, walk away, and then like forget about it, come back 2 hours later, and then just pick up where you left off. So the ability to just restart. Over here we've got the big and dash. So you've got a big lot of you've got a heap of like sort of spiritual energy and stuff going on. So excuse me, I'm just gonna cough. So it's a lot of energy. It's massive amounts, and then you can control like the speed of your energy and stuff. So once again, if you're doing like tarot readings or stuff like that, you can draw on a lot more energy and go for a lot longer. So for example, for me, when I do my tarot readings, they mostly don't go beyond like 5 or 6 minutes per like deck, because that's all the energy I have. And then you've also got the ability to use it fast, go through things like fast. So in like example, like the astral plane and stuff like that, you can be from one location to the other and stuff like that. When it feels like that you've been meditating for hours, actually you've only been in there for like, I don't know, 1 or 2 minutes, but it feels like it's been like longer. It's just because you've got that ability to do things quickly. And then over here is being able to ground yourself as well. So that's what the gravity is. Sorry, I have to move around this way. So you've got the ability to ground yourself, ground your energy, so you can ground your energy like in between readings or in between anything. So you sorry, I'm just trying to think what the labyrinth is saying about the labyrinth, is the ability to find your way out of anything. So it's just trying to think of an analogy I can use for that. So for example, being able to I'm just trying to think, sorry about this, guys. It's like essentially the not getting lost card. Even though that's what the labyrinth is that's that lost thing, but you've got your ability to find your way out of like really what they feel like hopeless circumstances. So that's with your like positive mindset, like, oh, so I wasn't supposed to be here, I wasn't supposed to get this job, but that's all for a good reason. So that's what ties into like the labyrinth card as well. And then over here you've also got the ability to know who to trust. So I'm not saying that people judge, that you judge people straight away, is that you actually are one of those few that gets to know a person. You don't judge straight away from how they look or how they dress or anything like that, and then you can know from there whether you can trust them or not, and you've just got a good judge of character. So over here, you yourself, as much as anybody in the entire universe, deserve your love and affection. And declutter your life, let go of correspondence, objects, and people who you no longer want. Someone will hurt your feelings and reveal new sides of themselves that you may wish to avoid. So that is the same going on with the judgment sort of thing. So you know who that you can trust and stuff like that. And that's the same as like remembering to also love yourself. But yeah, so that is you guys, group 1. And this is group 2. I've just had to remove group 1's pile, so I actually had room because I'm not used to doing it on such a small table. So we're starting over here. So your spiritual gifts straight away is that you are a very, very intuitive person. So you're very, very spiritual without maybe like instincts wise. So they, for example, you'll be accurate like most of the time. I'm not saying that you'll be able to pick out lotto tickets or anything like that, but that you are just very, very intuitive. So for example, if the universe is trying to tell you something and then your cat goes and it does something, like for example, you'll hear them essentially without actually hearing them. You'll know what they want. So it's very intuitive with the universe is what you guys are. You work very well at night as well. So you're magical and stuff like that. So you're more stronger doing moon magic than you are doing sun magic, or just like meditation and all that sort of stuff. You find night is actually quite relaxing for you as opposed to day, and you just prefer to be like, not saying surrounded by dark, but it's just more comforting for you. Next to that, we've got the man on the stilts. So that is also equivalent to the Empress card. So that is being able to plan, make plans. So for example, if you're planting seeds of something that you want to go out and that you want to do and achieve spiritually, is that you're really good at that sort of thing. So not saying that you remember all the solstices or anything like that, it's just more in tune, is that you have these plans for how you want to go out there and do these sort of rituals or do your meditation. You've just got you've made these plans, you've got into a rhythm on how to do them and which way they're supposed to go, and is that you're very, very kind of set on your spiritual path, so that you know what you're going to do. You've just planted the seeds now and you're just ready to watch them sort of like grow and everything like that. Down there, what was that one? But yeah, we'll just like go with that. So you guys also what's it, the witch is, sorry, I'm just trying to remember, Hierophant, sorry. So also you're very good at like being like a teacher or someone that people can look up to in like the spiritual sort of like group. So I knew a group of friends and stuff like that, you're the one that they'll come to for more spiritual advice or something like that. So if someone's got like a little ghosty or whatever in the house, you instantly know how to ward it off, how to set the ghost free, and you've just got that very good like energy and everything behind it that people seem to naturally they're drawn to, that you know this sort of stuff. So you have a lot of people asking for help, even just in your normal everyday life. This is because you've got that very, not saying authoritarian type energy, but more of a teacher sort of, or a mother, father type figure. So you've got that sort of like adult, mature energy, that's the one I was looking for, that people know that they can come to and ask for advice and stuff from. So over here we've got the mist and the shot. So also another one is maybe you guys are more of like, I want to say it's a water sort of water element mostly. So you're very good, like, not saying with water magic, but you find yourself more in tune with the spiritual, not only at night but also like in the shower or resting in the bath or something like that. When water is involved, you guys are more in tune with the universe essentially. And the shot there, basically it's like another nighttime thing as well. Also lightning, so you guys also like electrical, I want to say. How do I explain it? So you guys, like on a spiritual level, you guys more into like following certain like Instagrams, YouTube pages, that sort of thing, where you'll go and get your spiritual advice if you need it. It's where you find all your sort of current information. It's all technology sort of orientated. So it's all done electronically now. So you're not one of the old schools that has a book or anything like that. It's just like, oh, I'll bookmark this YouTube channel, or gone on to this person's Instagram page and I'm following them for that sort of advice. And that's how you guys work spiritually and magically. Over here. So we've got the mirror, so you guys also have really good self-reflection, so you can sit there and you can meditate for longer than most people. I'm saying it will probably look like you're sleeping, or you can do it when you're sleeping for some reason. You're very good at the sort of like astral sort of side of aspects, the astral travel and stuff like that. The fact that you've got the mirror and the snooze right next to each other as well is very good, like a spiritual like link. So you guys can also do mirror magic, or I think it's mirror magic or dream magic, stuff like that. If you guys haven't done any of that stuff, then you've just got the ability in there to learn it and be able to use it. And over here, Poseidon's daughter, you've been given everything you need. So it's just basically confirming like water is a really good thing for you guys to be using magically as well. So yeah, over here, sorry about my shadow. A stranger is about to change your life, exciting times and plenty of action, plus a special family reunion looks likely. So you've got good opportunities and stuff from there, from the fortune cookie. And when the mind is pure, joy follows like a shadow that never leaves. So best time for you guys to be doing like magic is like, you could be doing it like in a group, so it could be in an online group, or it could be if you're in a magical or spiritual type family. That's another time that you guys can do things together, and you guys have a really nice brilliant white light around you. Everything, you've just got that very good pure energy. So yeah, that is you guys group 2. Okay, so this is group 3 on what your spiritual gifts are. So I just removed the other piles so I had room to work with. So starting out over here is that you've got the Hermit, and then over here this other Hermit is actually Judgment, and then down here this is another hermit. So essentially, if you've got the solitary. So if you guys are into things like Wicca or like that sort of thing, you don't work really well in the group aspects. So your spiritual strength is solitary magic, or solitary meditation, crystal healing, all that stuff. You can work with like one other person, maybe max, but you're not very good in big groups. You feel kind of overwhelmed and everything kind of just shuts off, and you can't hear or see or do anything that will help. So if you're in like a big giant spiritual group, they can't really see your worth or your abilities unless it's just one-on-one. So you're more working for like the solitary sort of style. You guys are also really good at retaining knowledge, so you can flip through a book and maybe see something that interests you, and then maybe about 2-3 months down the track you'll be like, oh, I remember that, maybe I should do that sort of spell, that might be handy right about now, that sort of thing. So you have like information, so like retaining, I'm not saying photographic memory, but you might as well. You've just got an ability to remember things that interest you in the spiritual or witchy side of life. So yeah. And there's the same thing to be said about like the judgment card, or because you got double hermits and that's judgment. That is also not saying you don't listen to advice really well, but it's that you've found you need experience, so you take more experience on board than someone with no experience, essentially. So even when you're working like magically and stuff like that, you prefer to have someone who's maybe done it like once or twice, or done some as a spell or something like that that's quite similar. So you guys work better that way. Well, it's the same in like meditation, so group meditations, like the past life regressions and stuff like that. You're easier if you're doing those sort of meditations if it's just you and one other person in the room, in order to go back. So you're not really big on like the whole group aspect, because you'd feel in the larger group that you're always being judged, essentially. So it's not like the judgment sort of thing. It's just more that you work best in your own terms, at your own speed, and everything from that. So I'm going over here. You guys also have the ability to work really well with, I'm not saying erase magic, or what I call it. It's more the reset button. So for example, you can write your own spells, and then or write your own manifestations to the point where that you can sort of like erase the bad, essentially. And it works like a lot quicker. The fact that the sand is here, it works quicker than other people's manifestations and stuff. So if you're really good at the quick manifestations, not saying that, oh, it's going to happen in a day, I'm going to win lotto tomorrow, that sort of thing. It just works a lot better for you guys than it does for anyone else in your group for some reason. And that is a spiritual gift, is like the ability to remove the negative quickly and then bring in the positive even that much more faster. And so over here we have the Mirage and Blaze. So if you guys are into doing this sort of like magical workings, as I said, Mirage manifestations, you guys can do that, and you can do it really, really well. But also fire magic seems to be like screaming out at me. So, or you can sit there and you can meditate to a flame or in front of the fireplace, something like that. You work really well with fire. So we've also got a lot of passion for like the energies in the universe and everything like that. So over here, Fortune Cookie says, commitment. A commitment is indicated around love or business. It will make you feel better. So that is also like the moving on with like working with that one extra person as well. And teach this triple truth to all: a generous heart, kind speech, and a love of service and compassion are the things which renew humanity. So that's also saying that you guys are quite down to earth as well, and you're really good with people, even though you don't really like being around people, but you're good with people. Like for example, in a social situation in groups, you guys can be quite down to earth, quite friendly, very like humanitarian. Not saying that you donate to all the good causes and all the kids that need the money, but it's that sort of thing. You've got that sort of, you feel the humanity in life as well. So yeah, that is you guys, and that is group number 3. And this is group 4, so scroll through. So this is your spiritual gifts. So starting out over here is that you have got the devil. The governess is temperance, and that death card is equivalent to the world. So basically, you guys are really good with magical workings. So you've got a very good inner voice right here with the governess. So that voice inside your head that tells you, or maybe it's your spirit or guides, you can hear it a lot clearer than most people around you. So you've got that, and the world is losing things. It's cast. World is also the balance, so you guys can see essentially where you want to go, how you want to do it, and you've just got that vision. So you spiritually, you guys are already on top of the world. So you've got everything that you need as well. So we've got that one there with the devil. You essentially you're chained to the side of life. I'm not saying everything you do is that, but essentially it's mostly you've got that ability to hear, to see, to feel, all the sort of like spirit and stuff around you, your guides and stuff like that. Like you'll have like full-on conversations without meaning to, and that the fact that they're always there, and you know that they're always there, and sometimes it frustrates you, sometimes it doesn't, just what some you time, but when you've got your guide just kind of standing there, you're just like, oh, can you leave me alone for a little bit? That's the sort of thing that you guys will be having. It's just that you're really in tune with the universe. Yeah. Also, you guys work really well with, I'm not saying it's winter magic, well, yeah, it's that winter-autumn season. So, you find yourself more spiritually in tune in the quieter times of the year. So when the snow is falling, if you guys are in an area that's got snow, you find it actually quite relaxing, quite peaceful. You're able to manifest, meditate, do everything that you need in that sort of time. And it's the same with like the autumn or fall as well. It's because you're finding that the earth is starting to do that reset, or it's the ending of something, so it's actually quiet, and you guys can do everything that you need over these 2 seasons, spiritually or magically, depending on what way you're going. So if you're spiritual, you'll find that meditations and stuff like that work better, or if you're magical, like Wicca or anything like that, then you'll find that your spell casting is actually a lot more effective during these sort of seasons, that they work a lot better for you. And then over here we've got spiral. So you've got the also ability to confuse. I know it may not sound like a good thing, but on the spiritual sort of aspect, if you are finding that you've got like something in your house that's not supposed to be there, you've got the ability to confuse it, and also probably the ability to record it, so more in the ITC sort of field. So you guys might have a gift for that, something to look into. But yeah, you can confuse them because you acknowledge them, you know that they're there. So it's a little bit of confusion for those on the other side, or new guides that you guys might come into your life, and they're like, oh wait, this person knows I'm here, wow, okay. And then that little ITC ability there to sit on top of it, which would be fantastic, because I love that stuff. I just don't have the ability for it at the moment, but I'm trying. And then you've got 2 kittens you must choose. So with that one is basically it's the choice on whether or not you want to use that on and off spiritual switch as well. So you're very, very spiritual, but every spiritual person has the ability as an on and off switch to listen to the universe. So you can choose whether you want to turn it off or turn it on, but that is basically, guys, you've got that choice to switch it off when you need to, just so you can get a quiet moment or a peace of mind. But yeah, over here. So with the fortune cookie, you've got tough and trying times, tough times ahead. Think long term and make decisions accordingly. Avoid negative people at all costs. So this works with that energy and stuff like that, because you can hear the universe a bit clearer, is that you can feel that negative a lot clearer as well. Okay, and the Buddha is, if you propose to speak, always ask yourself, is it true? Is it necessary? Is it kind? And so that is all putting like positive affirmations and stuff out into the universe so you can get that positive energy back. But yeah, so that is, you guys, group number 4 for your spiritual gifts. Sweet, thanks.